Want to be a magnet for millions and men? A lot of people enter my world and they have no idea what feminine energy is. This is something when I learned how to do, it completely changed my life. Not only did I become a millionaire, but I was also attracting men. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can start activating and accessing your feminine energy too. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, and you'll be notified every time I release a new video on wealth consciousness or on how to increase abundance in your life. I use this to start getting in full alignment in all areas of my life so that I could wake up to the most beautiful dream life every day. It also helped me get into the vibe of the creation mode, and I was able to apply it to how I was living on a daily basis. And every woman that enters my world that starts adopting these things also changes their life and start waking up to their dream life. And many of them have thriving businesses right now where they're actually making more and working less, and have attracted their amazing partners that are also millionaires and absolutely enjoying their life every single day. I'm so excited to show you how you can start accessing your feminine power and show you what it can do for you. Are you ready? To understand the masculine, you have to understand the feminine. So basics here, and many of you might already know this, the masculine is your thinking, your organizing, the planning, the strategic, the take action, the doing energy, the problem solver, the overthinking, that's the masculine. They're there to fix everything, right? We're talking about healthy masculine energy here. And the feminine is the receiving, your intuition, your understanding, you're accessing, your higher self, the higher consciousness. It is this knowing, trusting, it's emotional, it's tapping into your emotions, it's the feelings, right? The feminine, it's the receiving, it's relaxed, it is softer energy, it's chaos, it's not planned, it's a different type of energy than the masculine energy. And again, we're talking about healthy feminine energy, right? So many women aren't in that fully in their feminine energy. A lot of them actually are in the wounded masculine, which is something different than being in the healthy masculine. But when you understand the two energies of masculine and feminine, you'll see that they're very different, but we all have both of them. Every man and every woman has masculine and feminine energy inside of them. Some people have one more dominant than the other, and just because you're a man doesn't mean you're more so in your masculine. There's some men that are in their feminine, and just because you're a female doesn't mean you're in your feminine energy. Many women, especially the ones that I work with, are actually more in their masculine and wounded masculine. They take charge, they're action oriented, they're not in their emotions. And when you stay tuned to this channel, I'm going to develop everything for you to really understand what this means. Okay, so what happens when you start accessing your feminine energy? Whew, so much changes. Life just becomes easier. You are no longer on this rigid having to figure everything out. You start listening to that, intuition. You start trusting. You are much more relaxed. You start having this full faith. You just start believing like everything's going to work out. You don't have to know the how and the why and the when. You just take action if you in a feminine state, but knowing that everything's going to work out without having to know all the details. When you're in your feminine, you start receiving. People want to come up to you and do things for you. There's this softness about you because people are like, oh, look, I want to help her. And when you start accessing the feminine, guess what? You become wealthier. I'll tell you about that in a minute. You're not chasing the masculine. You're letting the masculine come to you instead of you running behind the masculine, right? In that feminine energy, you have this sweetness about you. And it's not that threatening energy. You don't have your guard up. Your heart is open. And it's more of you're in your emotions. You're able to feel. You're able to connect. And when you're in that masculine, you're not. So when you start tapping into that feminine, it's the most beautiful energy. It's our superpower as women, knowing that we're in the energy of the feminine. It's the connection mode. It's something that when a woman starts doing this, she doesn't have to say anything. She has the essence about her. There's a presence about her, and you just feel her when she walks into the room. You sense her, right? Because she's bringing this vibration and frequency with her, because you can feel her activating her emotions, because she's in this beautiful, amazing energy. And so this feminine energy, you're not in chasing energy, right? You're allowing, you're surrendering, you're manifesting actually quite quicker, because you're not trying to make things happen. You're just trusting that everything is always working out. And you have this knowing, this deep knowing about you. I do believe the quantum field is the feminine energy. It's our higher consciousness. And when we start going into that feminine energy, you're going to see a difference here on how things work in your life, in your business, with your wealth, and the opportunities that come into your life. It is something so magical that when I start teaching it to women and they start implementing this and start getting into that state, wow, it's amazing to watch. The feminine is our magical superpower, right? And it's not just about like having bubble baths to get into your feminine energy, or being in your feminine energy, or, going for a pedicure and all those things. I mean, while those are amazing and nice, a lot of the times it's not the action, it's who you're being. It's the state of what you are and what you're emitting while you're being, and how powerful that is, that you don't need to go do something to get a result, or to receive something. You don't have to use brute force. You don't have to take action, in a sense, because you're in that feminine. It's working for you. I'm not saying don't take action. So just stay with me. There's like stages to this process. Okay. So before you go do action, you need to have the be action, right? And so it's important for us to understand that when we're in this state, which sometimes really means not necessarily moving, but allowing ourselves to hear the guidance, to listen to it. Like every woman I work with will always tell you they're so intuitive. They have amazing intuition. But yet when I say, do you trust it? They'll go, not all the time. When you are tapped in fully into your feminine, you're vibrating that frequency, you trust it all the time. That is your guidance. You don't question it. You don't sit there and go, is this true? I remember when I started awakening and I started going through this process, and I would see signs, or I'd get the hits, and I would get this intuitiveness. I'd be like, universe, show me a sign. I need a sign. And I would get like 5 or 10 signs, and I'm still like, are you sure? And it was there, but it was like hitting me over the head, like, hey, lady, wake up. I've shown you like 19 signs. Like, are you going to listen or what? And so now I get something and I'm like, game on. Let's move. And so in my business and in my life, it has been the most transformational thing, because I get an idea and I'm like, let's go. It doesn't matter how crazy it is, because I know when I get that idea, I'm like, that's my magic. Go for it. And I have a saying in my business, messy makes me millions. That is my, feminine intuition. That's my creation mode that's saying, hey, go for it. So this magic is also, when it says to go left, go right, or, give this guy a chance, or maybe there's something here for you, or tapping into what you want, and the feminine, she has like high standards, she's not allowing anybody to come to her, because she values herself on such a high level. This feminine energy is just like so powerful, and we can attract anything with it. It is the most divine energy there possibly could be. And instead of just being in the humanness, trying to do things in the 3D, when you start working with the feminine, you start activating the 5D, and you start going to another place. And if you guys don't know this, I'm an attorney, like a former attorney, and everything had to be so logistical and had to be so evidence-based and factual and proving things. And then when I started activating this like amazing power within myself, what I understood was I don't need to know all the details. As long as I'm trusting this, everything's going to work out. So that's the magic behind it. So how does this tie in with wealth and men? So a little bit of a teaching on this, because I have tons more videos on this. I believe money's masculine, and I believe the way we receive it is feminine. So if we are allowing ourselves to be in the feminine state, we're going to receive the money. Now let me explain. A lot of people chase money, right? They chase the masculine. And the reason why I think money's masculine, and I believe I'm probably the only teacher that teaches this way, but I've seen it over and over again, and this is why I understand wealth. I understand my clients that come to me. I understand how this works. So we look at money for safety and security. We look at it to provide us with shelter, right? We look at it to put food on the table. We look at it to, if we have a certain amount in our bank account, we feel safe, right? Yes. If it drops below, we're like, oh shoot, we're gonna have to live on the streets right now, right? And if it goes away when we spend it, sometimes our nervous system gets so activated, we start getting anxious because, oh my gosh, I don't have enough money, and so we start going into survival mode, right? And our sympathetic nervous system is like fight or flight. Oh my gosh, get scared. So this is why I look at money as masculine, because the masculine protects, provides, and takes care of. That is how we look at the masculine. Now, if we don't look at if we are chasing the money because we're in our masculine and we're chasing it, we don't have the polarity between the feminine and the masculine. So for me, what I have found is the way that we are able to attract more wealth into our life is through not the chasing of the money, but the understanding that the masculine is always there to support the feminine. So one of the things that I've always said in my development here, my discovery of this, is that money loves to support me because the masculine always loves to support me. Money loves to take care of me because money does like to take care of me. The masculine likes to take care of me. Now, this is for another video, but if you didn't have a healthy relationship with the masculine, either through your father or your mother, for somebody else, your relationship with the masculine might be a little bit twisted, right? And it might be disconnected. So that's why there might be disconnect with the wealth. But when you start understanding that once you start activating that feminine, more wealth will come to you because the masculine wants to come to you. It's going to be attracted to that polarity. Things are going to change. Because, if you think about men, if we go chase behind men, because some women do this, and maybe some of us has been one of those girls one time where we were calling, hey, where are you? How come you haven't called me? Hey, and when you learn that the masculine likes to hunt, the masculine likes to chase, the masculine likes that. But if you are in your masculine as a woman, running after a man and chasing after him, guess what? He's going that way. Bye. Because what is it in it for him? He can't even flex his masculine energy because he's got you coming after him. So he's just running that way. So this is why when you start learning how to tap into that feminine and not be chasing in the masculine, then things are going to change. And when you don't chase the men, guess what? They come to you. I'm telling you, men are easy. Men are all over and they're easy. They're everywhere. And they want to come to you. They want to serve you, just like money. And money and men are so connected. It's incredible. So I want you to start just thinking about these things, because I'm going to tell you, the more you stay tuned to my channel, and when you subscribe to more, and I'm going to share everything with you, you're going to start seeing how this unfolds, and you get a deeper understanding of what I'm going to be teaching. It's going to change your life. What's something you can do right now that can help you own your feminine energy? Why don't you drop it in the comments? I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you're struggling to access more of your feminine energy and want to find more ways that you can expand on this, I have the most amazing program for you. It's called the Evolved Alpha Female. In this program, you're going to understand about the masculine and feminine. You're going to understand about the wounded masculine, which most women are in that chase energy, and pushing money away instead of being open to receiving it. You're going to understand about the wounded feminine and how to get into the healthy feminine, the healthy masculine, and balance the two, and how this is going to change your life. It is definitely a program if you're looking to do this. Link is below, and let me tell you, it's going to be a game changer for you. Don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment below, and subscribe because you want to know more about this, right? All right, stay tuned for the next video.